do your evening entertainment as well. Depending how good you'll behave, I may not do it. So it is my true delight to introduce you to our next speaker. Next speaker is going to be Miki Teodoro, which she is the HSE digitalization lead at SGS. And Miki is going to take us through the journey of their digitalization and how their Intelex platform, or as they call it, Crystal, helped them to make technology work for safety. I give you Miki. Thank you.
Thanks, Ole. Hi, everyone. Hi. Okay, I know we're all thinking about taking a nap, not after Richard, but after the lunch. Sorry, I just want to make that clear. But thank you, everybody, for being here and to listen to what I have to share. So, everybody, my name is Miki Teodoro, first-time traveler to London. I flew in here from Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and I work under the HSE Digitalization and Communications Department in SGS. For the next few minutes, I want to talk to you or get you introduced to our team, the Operational Integrity Team in SGS, what we do and what we stand for. And at the same time, I want to take you to our 10-year, actually more than 10-year journey of HSE digitalization, what it looked then and what it looks like right now, and basically highlight on the fact that having the best-in-class partner in HSE technology is important in achieving important milestone in this bit of a wild ride. And also, I want to share with you the things that we are proud of. I'm going to be very careful with this one because I forgot to say, but when Intelex pitched the idea with my bestie, Ollie there, to share a customer success story, it felt very uneasy to say it's a story of success because I don't know if it's just me, but when you say it's a success, there's like a implication or element of finality to it, as if we already know everything there is to know about the topic at hand, but really it's not. So what I'm going to do is just focus on what the ride has been, what it looked like for us, what have been our stumbles, and how we got up back on the saddle. SGS is the world's leading testing, inspection, and certification company. Now that is what we do, but when you get asked what is the value that we bring to the people and to the world, well, we basically help organizations from various sectors, from agriculture, automotive, life science, even OGC, pharmaceuticals, and even government services achieve productivity and efficiency with our global industry-leading expertise in ensuring that all products and services known to men are safe and are within compliance. If you need more information, we have a website. I probably didn't give it justice, but I could talk to you about the portfolio, but I only have 30 minutes here. So SGS's network, we are a 97,000 employee strong organization spread out in 2,500 sites in 130 plus countries, split in 7 regions. I'm so sorry for the number dump, although I am a number girl, but what I want to do here is paint a picture of how diverse, basically, the geographical situation in our organization and how potentially complicated digitalizing HSE is going to be for us. Acquired the services, or we signed on with Intelex in 2010, so that was 13 years ago. And from the get-go, we started focusing on just 3 basic modules. We needed incident, we needed near-miss, and hazard risk reporting management tool. And while we're doing this whole, I think it was about 2 years when we were busy rolling this out, we were also building a database. Of course, a database is what you need to be the backbone of the system. So, and also at the same time, we realized that we're going to need to be building these ourselves because every organization has unique needs, right? We also had not just unique, but very complex needs, and we were only able to fully have this flexibility thanks to the form builder functionality of Intelex. Simple. I mean, you have new technologies and new tools and everything. Basically, anything new, it excites you, right? Like, you have all of these ideas that you want to run with it. And for us, it was just it was as simple as starting with something that was good enough, because we have quite a lot of users. And obviously, a tool that we're going to be building will not be perfectly fit for every need, and we recognize that. So let's start with bare minimum and just let's see how it goes. And then, of course, things take time as well. When you want to reach a certain level of user adaptation, user maturity of the system, you have to recognize the fact that it will take time. Maturity doesn't happen overnight, unfortunately. So, and also starting with bare minimum, starting with things that are simple is not always a very popular choice. Like, it could always garner some resistance and sometimes even drama in the office. Like, they're not really gonna like what you are putting out. But I think sharing a common understanding that we will take time to get to where we want to be is very important. Digitalization journey. But what else happened in the last 10 years, apart from it stealing my youth and juvenescence? I used to be size 8, but not anymore. All right. So yes, data analytics. This was a team that I led before. And so 2015, when we were at our 5th glorious anniversary with Intelex, we were getting a slurry of big data from all of these tools, these modules, these fun gadgets and gizmos that we're pushing out. And we said, what are we going to do with this thing? I heard someone said swimming in data. We also did swim, backstroke, butterfly stroke in data, every single swimming techniques. And then we said, okay, well, maybe it's time to really get serious with the data, because it didn't, and this is one of the pitfalls, we didn't even start strong with the data side of things in the early, it took us around 5 years to really realize that. So, and also, it was time, sales have been picking up, people are using the system, they're kind of slowly hate us less in this 5 years. And so, okay, well, let's see what this analytics team can do. And now in 2020, this is when we had this mind-boggling incident plateau. I don't know if anyone has experienced incident plateau, but it's a horrible thing. And for those who are down with the EHS lingo, an incident plateau is not something that you can easily come out of. It's so tricky when nothing that you do seems to be bringing all those incidents down. You're just left there beside yourself asking, what am I missing? After this plateau, we started realizing that, hey, we need to actually make a conversation with the people. We got to ask them what they want, what they need. So we launched a global survey asking people what their general feelings around their safety conditions are at work, what they find is missing. The responses we've gotten is astounding. It's astoundingly helpful and telling of what they actually need. And also, I was told it was 50% of our population that responded to this survey, so that's about 49,000, 50,000 of people who took time out of their busy schedule to actually speak to us and tell us what they need or what they are looking for. So the intelligence that we've received or that we were able to harvest from that is a gold mine of information. And then in 2023, we launched, again, organizing all the learnings that we've had and realizations. We launched a new EHS vision that promotes a culture of caring in the organization, promotes a person's ownership of their safety, and a person's intrinsic responsibility to intervene when they observe that their colleagues are in the midst of an unsafe act or an unsafe condition. I want to show you this little trend here, and so this is our lost time incident rate and total recordable incident rate from 2013 to last year, so almost a decade worth of data. And I'm gonna tell you more about why I'm sharing, what's the significance of this, because in one look, it might not really make sense what the hell I'm talking about, but I'm gonna get there. But before I do that, I would be very disappointed in myself if I don't make it clear that the numbers that you see here is representative of real people. People that are our colleagues, sometimes colleagues turn to friends, sometimes colleagues that turn to family, that faced a significant harm at work. Some of them received a medical attention. Some of them, have been given restricted duty designation. Some of them even a life-altering injury. And worse, some that are no longer here with us. So while we're talking of numbers here, I just want to put that on the table. And each time we see these kinds of insights, these kinds of graphs, think of the people behind that. And I think that's one of the important parts, or one of the important notes that I want to leave you guys with. But if I do this, if I overlay the last 8-ish years of our digitalization journey and overlay that against the incident trend, it somewhat tells a story. At least to me it does, and I'm hoping that you can also see that, because you will notice between 2014, 2015, we had a dramatic dip, a decrease of incidents, very noticeable. And you will remember this was around the same time when we began our data-driven approach. In 2017, you see still a bit of a steady decline there, but you will see here, observe here, that wonderful little incident plateau that we had. That was such a mystery. What are we missing? What are we doing? Why can't we put those numbers down? And then in 2020, you kind of see us kind of breaking away from there. This was when we made our approach more two-way, more centered on basically the thing that we were missing all along, is something back then didn't seem so obvious, but it was actually our people. It was actually a look at our safety culture. So that's when we made that bit of a pivot there. And then, of course, as you see here, towards the end of this trend line, we're still experiencing that decline of incidents. And I'm just going to say this, from 2013 to last year, we've achieved anywhere from 50 to 70 decrease or decline in incidents. And I'm not here to party with you guys about all of this, because this is still, again, we're talking about people that got harmed, that got hurt. And I think that while we still have these numbers registering on any of our metrics, I think that we still have a lot of work to do. But what I want to highlight is each time we make adjustments to our approach, making it less rigid, less, unflexible, and refocusing on what's actually important, I think it reflects there's some kind of result that is not just visible, but also felt. Wherever you may be in your journey, it could be you're just about to start, you're in the middle of it, or maybe you're with kind of like us, more than a decade of digitalizing HSE, that there are going to be challenges and there are going to be setbacks, and no one's going to be immune to it. You could be an organization of 10, of 10,000. There are going to be these quicksand moments where you can't seem to get out of it. But what else do I want to leave you with as kind of an on hindsight remark? So if I can leave you anything, it will be these 4 things. Our steps towards reaching a higher level of safety culture started with the concept of care. So if you put out the sexiest, savviest technology out there, but you don't have your users understanding what it is in it for them, why they're doing this, why are we introducing all of this technology, you already failed at that point, because that's actually what you have to do first, is to get a clear message out that this is for you, and we're doing this with you as well. Now, in matters of talking about safety, you've probably heard this a million of times, but it's not just lip service. It's not just something we say nicely because we have to, but putting safety in the center, in the core of all of our business processes, business ethos, all of these nice organizational declarations, that's actually what should happen. And imagine if you've got managers, your leaders, your C-suites, people wearing the nice suits and all, and no offense to those wearing nice suits, by the way. I like what everyone's wearing. But if they don't understand that, how do you think employees, or how do you think the people are gonna follow through or understand that? And I think that's a colossal tragedy. And then communication. Now, I'm just gonna say it. There's no point in doing or getting started digitalizing your HSE processes without communication in your mind, okay? We're not just talking about like nice announcements, oh, hey, we're doing a new module in Intelex or whatever. It's not just that, although I like those things, but it's about getting this universal message out that these tools, these technologies, these things that we rely on could actually save lives. That is the message. And that's sometimes overlooked because we're so busy putting out fires every day that we lose focus on what actually matters, why we're doing this. And to me, if you cannot communicate it clear that way, let's just, abandon it. Just don't do it at all. I'm not just saying that because I'm a communications practitioner as well, like justifying my title and everything, but I'm just putting it out there that communication goes hand in hand with the digitalization of any business processes. And then compliance. When talking about compliance, there's always a debate where compliance starts and where it ends. No, I think it's important. I don't hate it, okay? I'm not mad about compliance, but I think it's just not the only thing. It's just part of an even bigger picture. I think if employees understand and know that working safely is important, I think that compliance naturally follows through. I must admit that is probably a bit naive of me to say, but with the things that I have seen, you can only push the compliance card so much until it falls on dead ears. But if something is inherent, something is internal, visceral, about understanding why it's important to put safety in front of everything we do at work, I think there's no debate there. And then finally, as polarizing or self-contradictory as it sounds, digitalizing HSE is actually more human than it sounds. Think about the relationships. Think about the connections you've made throughout this process, internally in your organization and externally as well. I've said earlier about the really nice technology giving Apple a run for its money, but you can put out the really coolest tools out there. But if you, and also not to forget working with a reliable, knowledgeable group of individuals like Intelex, these things are important. But you know what's also important? It's actually, you've got to like these people you work with. If you don't like the people you work with, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying we should be best friends or have friendship bracelets or anything like that, but it's important to be likable. You can't, because you're essentially selling something to your organization, like, oh, we have this new, you've got to be likable. And sometimes you could be faking it or whatever, but if that's needed, sometimes you have to do it. And who knows, it could lead to like a genuine relationship. You can never really tell. But again, digitalizing HSE is human first. So these are just some of the campaigns that we have. I think if I can bottle up what I do at work is to probably say that I am responsible for keeping safety lighthearted and fun. I don't know if that's a very antithesis of what we have to do, but it actually works because, let's be honest, HSE is not the most fun. Oh, please don't throw things at me, but it's not like the most exciting topic. But if you know your audience and if you know what tickles them, what interests them, that is the magic and that is the secret ingredient in the recipe. I want to share with you a quote that I honorably swiped from our CEO, Frank Kinang, where he talks about SGS's vision to enable a better, safer, and more interconnected world for our employees, for our people, our customers, and society at large. This is the destination, and this is where we want to go. Okay? This is it. This is the job. This is what we signed up for. And I think that if we keep doing what we're doing, we keep underlining that the understanding that caring about our people, caring about the environment, and not to forget partnering with the best people in the world. This is, of course, a special shout out to Oliet Habilu and our customer success manager, and John Topping. Is John here? Did he not watch me? He's gonna have a word with it. Oh, I knew you weren't gonna abandon me, but so these are just some of the individuals who were instrumental in building a strong foundation where our HSE digitalization apex at SGS currently sits. So thank you guys. Before I go, I just want to say I'm not hoping to give you all the answers that you need or answers that you're looking for your questions. In fact, I want to leave here leaving you guys with more questions than answered, more questions that will drive you to be on a mission of continuous learning and finding out what best suits your requirements. So again, this is Miki Teodoro. Thank you, everyone, and thanks for listening to me.